watched the halftime show, and it's probably because I can speak the language.
Hell yeah. Okay, yeah. That's
and
right.
I understand the language, and I understand Hispanic culture because I grew up in it. I thought it was really good. I thought it was excellent. What he put out there was crazy. And it's crazy that a lot of people didn't understand, but the Latinos,
they got it. Okay, so exactly what I'm
saying.
The
Latinos got it. Speaking for as an African Central Latino, I got it, and I'm not from Puerto Rico. I got it. I got I got the message.
Yeah, people don't realize he's American. They think, oh, he's Puerto Rico's our American.
Territory. It's a territory. Yeah.
It's a territory. So. I mean, it was what it was. I think the build-up made people not like it. There were a lot of people disagreeing with that. And maybe they should make the halftime show a surprise and not let people know in advance, because I thought it was like too much rhetoric.
And one thing I was going to say before this, nothing against Bad Bunny, but I felt like it was so hyped up. Did he really a Grammy? It made me question the Grammy. Like if he wasn't playing the Super Bowl and just got the Grammy, I probably wouldn't have questioned it. But it's like, okay, you're playing the Super Bowl and you got a Grammy? That's very coincidental.
Well, my granny passed away about 10, 12 years ago. And I miss her. Bye, Grandma.
Shout out to Grandma.
Shout out to Grandma. Grandma.
Shout out to all grandmas.
Shout out to all grandmas.
I miss my grandma.
And the grandpapas.
Now
I'm a grandpapa.
Hey, man. Cheers to you. Yo, OG is now officially a granddad. Pop OG. Hey, cheers to you, my brother.
Shout out to Miss Tuffet.
Hey, shout out to Miss Tuffet. Congratulations to your daughter.
Thank you, bro. I'm so proud of being a granddad. I didn't know I would feel some kind of way.
Hell yeah, you should feel a certain way. You're a
granddad.
You're a granddad.
Somebody open the door for me. Yeah.
But you know why you should feel something.
Why is that?
You have a daughter, you raised her, you raised her well, and she had a child, and you are still a part of even that child's life.
Mm-hmm.
That's some cold shit.
Well, I got to give shout out to my first baby mama, the longboard.
For providing you the daughter.
For providing the daughter. She was a great nurturer and a great parent, and she was very strict, so I got to shout her out because I don't want to have an argument with her about, oh, you took all the credit. So, No,
hey, respect to you for even saying that, because the people in the stands weren't vibing with it as much as I was.
The build up to the halftime show was at least a month before the show. People were already angry.
Dude, I feel like they gave the guy, and nothing against Bad Bunny. I've never listened to much of his music, and I didn't even know who or what Bad Bunny was.
I like his music
as much as I like. Yeah. At one point, I thought it was like a costume bunny because I didn't really know. But until he did that Corona commercial with Snoop, that's when I learned.
He did a Corona commercial?
And that's when I learned of
If I drank beer, that would be my favorite beer.
That would be one of my favorites as well.
Corona with the lime and salt.
Oh, bro.
And a hoochie mama to give it to you.
Bro,
Thank you.
Let me tell you the best way for me, the best way I get my Corona. There's a beach in Florida. I'm not going to put it out there, but it's my little beach in South Florida. And there's this one store at the end of the beach.
That sounds good.
At the end of the beach, because it's a boardwalk.
Okay.
So I skateboard to this beach.
I love skating.
So I skateboarded. Well, not skateboard, but longboard. I had my longboard.
Longboard.
And they keep the Coronas at the bottom of a bucket full of ice with water.
Oh, that sounds good.
Bro, on a hot beach day, and you put your hand in that bucket, because you're like, it's hot, but you put your hand in that bucket of water because it cools you off too.
Yeah.
And then you get this cold Corona.
Wow. My first wife was a longboard. I used to ride her on the boardwalk and then dive into the ocean, but don't go.
Your first one was a longboard.
Yeah, she was a longboard.
Oh, man. So anyway, yo.
You have friends or people that you associate with that are diverse. Because like you teaching me now, I wouldn't even think about that perspective had you not brought it up.
Okay.
I just feel like, they irritate me. It's like when people try to talk black when they're around black people.
Well, you mean black or hip? Because
they try to enunciate slang,
urban slang,
into the conversation. Like, yo, what's up, my man?
Yeah. I get that too. Like, sometimes I can get offended depending on the person.
Yeah,
because certain people, that they're doing something to be offensive, and there's certain people that just don't know, but they feel like they're making me feel welcomed because they're going off of, so I'm in sales. They claim that you should adapt to your client, right?
Yeah.
But the assumption that and what people don't understand about minorities, especially Black folks, I could jump, I could go back and forth with it. Not all of us are cool with you being able to utilize that slang.
You're right. Exactly. You know what? You hit it on the ball.
On balls, yeah. On the ball.
You hit it right on the balls, and it hurt.
On the nose.
It had a delay. Delay
reaction.
Oh man, you know what? You're right. Because I have a friend, and I don't even know if we're friends. I have an associate, and he happens to be a white American, and he feels the need ever so often to try to sing a rap song from back in the day. And I'm thinking, like, please stop doing that.
What's the song that he sings that make you go, shut up?
Any rap song.
Any rap song.
Any rap song he tries.
What's the first one he sang that made you go, this is ridiculous?
It was an Ice Cube rap song.
Oh, Jesus, sure Ice Cube go in too.
I'm like, bro, come on, man.
He got good taste though.
I am not impressed.
That you like Ice Cube music.
I'm not impressed that he knows the words. It's like he tried to know the words, so when a Black guy come around, he can say the words, and that's not impressive to me.
But you know how cool it is to be this complexion, man. That people feel like they have to adapt some way or to display their cool.
In my field, I work around a lot of. I'm most of the time the only Black person in the building, and I find that as people get comfortable with me, they keep asking me all these hip, or they want to know what the definition of this, or what does this mean, or that mean, and sometimes I tell them the truth, and sometimes I just make up something.
What's the craziest thing you made up?
Well, a guy asked me, he was like, why do Black guys all call each other brothers? I was like, because a lot of us don't know who our father is. So you never know. It's like, this guy could be my brother. Yo, that's my brother right there.
Oh my God, that's so cold, dog.
Dude, it's spirit. I mean, I never know what type of answer I'm going to give to a question.
Oh my God!
Because sometimes I don't like people asking me these stupid Black people questions. You know,
why it's so addicted? But anyway,
you like go-go music?
I like some of it. Yeah, I do.
I grew up.
I've learned to like it too. I'll be honest.
I grew up during the go-go era.
Yeah.
Right.
No, you did really.
So at the beginning. So you like, and I was in Marlboro Heights, Marlboro Pike. Shout out Mayberry.
Shout out to Marlboro.
Mayberry. That's what
I know Mayberry. Yeah.
So if you just listen to the music, it might not hit you. The beat might not hit you. You know what I'm saying? But my older brother, shout out older brother Teddy.
Shout him out.
Took me to a go-go.
Yeah.
And it was like an eye-opening experience, you know.
The live band.
It was only Black people at the go-go.
Only Black people back then, especially.
It was predominantly guys.
Yeah, it's more men than women because it was dangerous. Yeah,
if you wasn't a masculine guy, you might not want to go because it was always a fight.
It's a lot of gang.
That was during that love boat era, right?
Love boat. Oof.
And there were just a handful of girls. But when they start playing the music, boop, boop, ba-doo-doo, and the girls would start dancing, and people do, you like, oh, so that's what got me into go-go. I wouldn't have just heard it and like, oh, I like that. That's my jam. No, you got to go to a go-go. Nowadays, they play go-go music in different venues, but back then, if you went to a go-go, you had to be from there, or you had to know somebody, or you better be big, or you better be with a group of guys, you know, because it was kind of dangerous. But I love go-go music. Now, I don't know what the initial question was of the history behind that, because one thing I think is very important, that the youth of today don't really listen to the elders. So it's like they don't pass on that education.
Man, I got something for you to watch later.
So somebody got to do. Might as well be a Black guy. Yo, man, you know this one and two. I was just talking recently about Jesse Jackson passed.
Rest in power to Jesse Jackson.
Rest in peace. And yeah.
You know, let's talk about that real quick and then jump back to the Super Bowl. Man, rest in power to Jesse Jackson. He was such a powerful brother for me. And I didn't realize how much, because growing up in the 80s and living in New York and seeing Jesse Jackson come across the TV and hearing that he runs for president Even though as a kid, I knew he was going to lose.
I remember when he ran for president.
I remember.
I
knew he was going to lose.
I was hoping that he won because I didn't know the numbers.
I wasn't even like political, and I was so young. And even then, I could just tap back into who I was as a child at that point. I knew that he would not win because I felt like not that America at that time.
Well, we knew deep in our hearts that he wasn't going to win, but we wanted him to win, and we liked the fact that a black man would take that opportunity.
We got to throw him his flowers for just being so bold.
We do have to
just for that boldness.
His flowers.
Because that, I feel like society's not celebrating or his life as much as it should be. I don't know. Would he rub the wrong way?
I was upset that the flags weren't flown at half staff.
Yeah, for Jesse Jackson, man.
Charlie Kirk, who wasn't as political as Jesse, the flags were half staff.
That's crazy, man. And not Jesse freaking Jackson.
Jesse is like, yo, man, he was right beside Martin.
But it goes to show you, why it shows you when things haven't changed.
Well, yeah, things have not changed. Because of Jesse Jackson, I was explaining Martin Luther King and then the boycott, the bus boycott with Rosa Parks, and I was telling someone who obviously didn't know history is glad that I paid attention when I was younger, that Rosa Parks was a secretary for the NAACP.
NAACP, yes.
That's why the story
was so powerful.
Yeah, because if it was any other black woman, it might not have got that.
It probably happened to black women all the time.
Yeah, of course it did. I mean, even if the seats were empty, you couldn't sit
now, there. The secretary for NAACP just said, you know what? No.
To what?
To going to some changing the seat. She said no.
Oh.
The secretary got fed up. Imagine all she's hearing in the office all day long. This is the secretary. This is not a political figure. This is just the woman that hears everything.
Yeah.
And one day she sat on the bus and said, F this, man.
No. Yeah.
I'm tired.
You're right.
I'm tired. And she stuck to her guns, man. Shout her out, man. Shout her out.
Stick to your guns, people.
Rest in power to Jesse Jackson, man. Let's keep going on this one. Yeah, we're getting older, man.
I sent a picture to a schoolmate of mine from 30, 40 years ago.
Jesus, crazy crap.
Right?
Yeah.
40 years ago.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh, AI made you look good, right? I was like, yo, that was really me.
That was really you?
Yeah, that was AI.
Really wow.
She's like, yo, AI really made you look good. I was like, yo, that wasn't we didn't have AI back then. So that was really me. So I don't know if that made me a little sadder because I don't look like that no more. But in life,
man, let me tell you something, man. Aging is the shizzy.
I've been trying not to curse lately.
I'm not cursing because I'm doing this whole social media thing. I'm trying to get the kids involved and make them feel, like they can listen.
Yeah, that's why you need to learn words.
You got to read
because to make up for what you don't have when you use profanity. So you need to build your vocabulary.
Profanity is cool to use. I like when someone times it.
Profanity shortens the conversation
because it can push you back. It is sharp.
It cuts to the point.
Yeah, and it can hurt. You don't know if someone if the person you're speaking to can accept it.
I'm gonna say this again.
Yeah,
it cuts through the phlebidium because it's the final bit of the conversation. So they're like, F it.
Yeah.
Right. So you get right to the point.
Yeah.
So it really means getting directly to the point.
I get you.
With the least amount of words possible.
Yeah.
I mean, how can you can't be mad at that? I mean, we play basketball. You're a basketball player, right?
I love playing basketball.
The pole is undefeated.
Oh, don't run into the pole.
I ran into the pole.
Oh, don't run into the pole.
I ran into the pole looking at the layup. Bang.
Oh, that's
pole is undefeated.
Oh, that's a terrible, terrible situation.
Sorry, Mr. Pole. Yeah, you got to like I had tickets last night to see the Wizards.
And you didn't go?
In the box, whatever the box is.
The suite.
Yeah, the suite.
Why'd you call me?
Okay, I didn't think about
Don't tell me that and you don't freaking call me.
I was like, no, I'm not really that. What?
How many tickets?
2. I didn't want to go. Sorry. Okay, I'll call you. I'll let you know next time.
That is so upsetting that you didn't call me, man. You could have said, Santi, hey, I got 2 tickets. I'll take me and my boy. And was food in the box, in the suite?
I have no idea.
Normally, there's food in the suite.
Oh.
When are you getting those again?
I don't know, but I've been in the suite and
They didn't have food?
they don't watch the game.
Hold on. Screw the game.
The box is about
It's
networking.
It's about networking. Yes.
Yeah, so it's like they ain't watch.
This is where you called me for that.
All right. Because I be trying to see the game. It's like a mile away. I'd be like,
Screw the game. You network and you eat the good food that's in the suite. That's what you do.
And there don't be a lot of women that be dudes.
Oh, Jesus Christ, man.
Dudes, it's like, oh, man.
It's about the networking.
Right.
Screw that, man. Yo, you better holler at me.
Like it's dudes everywhere.
Yo, bro. Okay. You need to holler at me.
All right. Okay. All right.
When you get a small box?
Maybe soon. Does
this happen often?
Okay. It could happen often, but I always decline the majority of the time, so it doesn't happen as often as it could.
Why are you declining? Well, next time, do me a favor. Say yes.
All right.
And holler at me. Even if you don't take the tickets, but you should take the ticket and we need to go there.
I'm gonna get us floor seats. I want
Even
floor
better.
seats. I don't want a box.
Okay, so let me tell you about some floor seats. I don't care about floor seats. I've done it a lot of times.
I do. I care about floor seats.
It doesn't really entice me because sometimes I want to get up and just stand up. So I end up being the guy on the floor standing up because I can't sit that long. So sometimes I don't even get up from the floor seat and I'll just go in the back just to walk around.
I want to say something to the players.
Nah.
Like, dude, you ugly in real life. I'm like, damn.
Why would you do that? OG_Frank here, man. Let's go back to the Super Bowl. You holler at me for the floor I'll go floor seats. But the suite is dope. You get food.
Okay. All right.
The food is normally dope. So sometimes I go to the skin games.
Oh, the football game?
I did. And they had me in the box suite.
Oh, okay.
And let me say, the food was phenomenal.
Okay.
The food was phenomenal. It was great food. Now I'm like, I'm a box suite guy because the food is going to be good. Only if they're catering. If you're just in the box suite and it's not catered, yeah, I don't care.
Okay, I don't have no idea what it.
Next time they ask you, say, hey, is it catered?
I do.
All right, cool. You like, damn, Santi's over here going to tell me how to get this.